What is this silver tweezy thing with triangle notches I found in my grandmother's house? It has a silver stamp indicating it was made during the Third Reich, so it may be too old. I think it could be a can opener. I might just be using it wrong. Any idea what it is? It's a lemon slice squeezer from the 1920s. It's to hold and squeeze your lemon for tea or shellfish. DRGM is not the name of a company. It is an abbreviation of the German term for patent. DRGM registration was introduced in 1891 up until 1949. This item was manufactured by Württemberg Metal Factory. The factory was created in 1880 in the small town of Geislingen on the River Steig, and this company is still active nowadays. This thing is very heavy, about twice the size of a stove in length, but very short. It has what I think may be some kind of container in it, and a spring. The thing around the pole on the right moves up and down, and it also has some tools in holders on the side. I don't know much more about it besides that it's mostly made out of metal, except for the top, which is made out of hard plastic. What is this thing? It's a Coates 4048 tire changer. Way old school. I used one back in the 70s, and I recognized that model right away. I busted tires at Canadian Tire when I was in high school, class of 74, and then full-time at Firestone for a year after graduation. I got to the point where I could almost close my eyes and work that thing, and oddly enough, the muscle memory is still there. What is this thing I found in my yard about an inch underground? It weighs about a pound and is the size of a large cowboy belt buckle. I think it might be made of cast iron, and the backside is blank. I have Google searched it to no avail. Any ideas? It looks like a vintage buggy step of a wagon or carriage. The 3 points of contact seem to be a common theme with lots of them where it's attached to the vehicle. What is this round metal container with old money markings on the side I found in a loft clearance? It's about 4 inches across and 2 inches high. I'm guessing stainless steel. About 1 kilogram in weight and well built. The text on the top says, Midland Bank Limited, with a slot for a key. The slots around the side go from half a penny to half a crown, and each slot has markings underneath in a scale. I did wonder if it might be something casinos or bingo halls might use with it having a lock. Any idea what this could be? It's a money box from the 1920s to the 30s. It's a savings bank that was given out by banks to encourage saving money. You would have to go to the bank that issued it to get it emptied or to pay it into your account, as they are only provided by the banks, but didn't give you a key. In this case, it was given out by the Midland Bank. The bank was founded in Birmingham in 1836 as the Birmingham and Midland Bank and was bought up by the HSBC in June 1992 and was renamed HSBC Bank in 1999. My mum was a manager at Midland Bank and then HSBC after that, and I also remember seeing some of these in a museum in Edinburgh. What is this 2 to 3 inches tall and about 2.5 inches in diameter porcelain thing that has a metal lid with a ring? It was bought by my mom at a market stall, and nothing was written on it. I have done a couple of searches for porcelain containers, and nothing similar popped up. Any idea what it is? It's an egg coddler, made in England, and if it's made by Royal Worcester, it would normally have a maker's mark on the bottom. They are simply porcelain containers that allow the egg to be soft cooked without being placed directly into water. The inside of the egg coddler is first buttered to flavor the egg and allow it to be removed more easily. A raw egg is broken into the coddler, which is then placed in a pan of near boiling water for 7 to 8 minutes to achieve a solid white and runny yolk. I have 4 of them, which my mom brought over from England in the 50s. What is this black painted metal object found next to doors on the USS Kidd in Baton Rouge? Around 8 to 10 inches long and 5 pounds at the most. The tour guide also didn't know what it was. He said, maybe an anvil. But we suspected it may be for turning valves or operating watertight doors. Any suggestions? That is a tank wrench for the 5-inch powder canister. This was used when the top is stuck and you can't manually open it. There are some mounted in most ammunition handling rooms. My grandfather was a gunner's mate on a destroyer during World War II. He had one of these hanging on his wall when I was a kid. What is this stone puck with numbers on one side and a tree on the other I found on a beach in Germany? Around 6 centimeters across and around 200 grams. It feels like stone, and I don't think it is lead as it isn't that heavy. Any ideas? That's a fire clay. It is used during cremation for identifying the ashes of the dead body after burning, which is a common practice in Germany. Here's a less fancy I found. I bought this in an auction labeled machinery. The handle turns and makes the arm go up and down and chop. There are also gears to move something rectangular through the chopper incrementally. The chopping blade has been removed and is bolted to the back of the machine. I can't figure out what this thing is meant to chop, and I don't think it would be strong enough to cut through wood. Any ideas? It's a tobacco chopper from the 19th century. Once the tobacco has been dried and cut into bricks, it gets chopped into long strands with one of these. I found this newer version and it looks just like it. What is this handmade wooden box with varying size cylindrical compartments? It's about 12 inches long by 6 inches wide, 1.5 inches thick, and only one side opens. It doesn't have any markings that would help identify what it is. It was found by my mother-in-law at a second-hand store in the United States. It almost looks like cigars, poker chips, or coins could be stored inside the box, but the sizing doesn't match up to what little I know about the above things. I'd love some help solving this mystery for my mother-in-law's 82nd birthday. Thanks in advance. It's a case for auger bits from the late 19th century. I have one nearly identical to it. This would house wood boring bits with a square tapered shank that fits into a brace. A brace is an old-fashioned hand drill. Back in the day, auger bits were expensive, and the snails and spurs on the tip were easily damaged. Many woodworkers would purchase or make a wooden case to protect them. Any ideas on what these mirrors were used for? I received 2 of these mirrors today as a gift since I like old things. The only information I have is that they were possibly used by US soldiers, perhaps a standard issue. No markings or serial numbers of any kind, so it leads me to believe they were once part of a more complex thing. Thanks for any help. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.